Yeah, we're ready.
Welcome to Roleplay Cafe. We're here again for Alien the RPG with John, our GM. We got a full crew tonight, thankfully. Eric, Todd, myself, and Doon. And I'm sure we're about to engage in some hostilities. So take it away, John.
All right, we are continuing where we left off last time, where the group, after finishing off Chakandi, who was a refugee that the group, refugee from Mother Michaela and the Children of the Three Divine. They rescued him and his the other refugees several months ago, brought them back to the Mother Colony, and it appears that they may be responsible for the turning of those who were under quarantine to be transferred to the Ilyanla and put into cryostasis until their infection could be resolved. So knowing that this guy must be up to no good because he's associating with Mother Michaela again, I believe it was Cliff, or no, actually, no, I take that back. It was Todd's new character, who is Kevin McCafferty, the Ranger Marine type guy, shot Chakandi in the head after they basically trapped him inside the control room and ate.
But first, Cliff headbutted him,
That's right.
and
Yeah,
his
Cliff
head snapped
headbutted
back.
him.
When his head snapped back, that's when I took the shot.
Yes,
Whoa.
and his
Yes.
head exploded.
Pink
A gory
mist
mess.
everywhere. Yep.
Yes,
And
and
you killed
then
another one behind him for another
yeah,
soul.
and then Cliff basically took care of everyone else in the room, covered himself in blood, and
Yep.
the group did some investigation and saw that they seemed to be running some sort of experiments down in these makeshift laboratories in areas 10 and 11 on the ground floor.
Yeah.
They have tents set up. There seems to have been like several progress reports that described, how these experiments are advancing. The group did not take the time to review those in detail, but the most recent report was just a couple days ago. And so the group decided to get down there and see what was going on. They made their way to the elevators, which are in the center of the office level. And the office level is actually not to scale with the ground level. It's really like this whole building right here in the southwest corner of the ground level is the spire, and that's where the office and security level are. So those elevators match up with the elevators on the ground level in the bottom left-hand corner. They took the elevators down and saw that there was a significant number of guards. There was, I think it was 4 or 5 that were stationed in Area 12, and then there's people inside of Area 13. And Cliff actually recognized one of the people in 13 as being a lieutenant in the Marines, the Colonial Marines. He was not wearing his uniform, and he seemed to be injured. He had like bandages and stuff over his head. There were rumors that this guy was a sympathizer with General Ozelinski and the UPP. But they did draw their attention when they tried to escape. I think it was Yoko that caused, made some noise.
Dr. Bircher.
Oh, it was Dr. Bircher. That's right. Yeah. So there was another stash of corpses inside the ventilation shaft that the group escaped through. So everyone had to climb through this pile of bodies And Bircher did not react very well to that, and let out like a little scream or a moan as he was had to make his way over the bodies, which drew
Yeah.
everyone's attention. But the group managed to escape through there unscathed, circled around the building to the south, and then he went through another entrance, another ventilation shaft entrance right there. And they could see the tent in area 10. So the tent is inside this area. It takes up the vast majority of that, so it's fairly large. Um, and they snuck up following these red lines, uh, and got a good look inside and saw a group of scientists, saw them, the entire group, and looked shocked and panicked. You're not entirely sure why, but behind the scientists, you could make out this egg like shape that was beginning to open. It was up on a platform, raised up maybe about like the top of the egg was about 3 feet above the scientists' heads, and Dr. Bircher recognized it as very similar to the egg that was retrieved from the crashed ship by Mother Michaela on the Dylan colony, where the refugees were, quote unquote, rescued from. So that is where we left off last time. So the scientists see the entire team. I believe all four of you are there, uh, where that red line ends. You have some partial cover to directions to the west, northwest, and southwest, but obviously are wide open from the east, and the scientists can see you up from Area 10. What is everyone going to do?
Shoot the egg! Shoot the egg! Shoot the egg! Should we shoot the egg?
Yeah. I mean,
I-
Quit
Bircher
egging me on.
Did relay the information that he's seen that egg before, right?
I would assume so. Yeah, I mean, you guys can talk amongst yourselves. It's not like
Yeah, I'm just saying Bircher's kind of transfixed by watching this egg split open at the top, and pedal out, and you know, Yoko, I believe that's the same egg I saw Mother Michaela retrieve.
we have to
Off
know
the
what they're
planet.
doing in there. I feel like Yoko is gonna say like cover me and just like walk in there with the scientists. I mean, the scientist like there's no one in there like aiming guns at us or anything, right?
no,
I,
not that you
I'm a
can see.
I'm a scientist. I might recognize some people in there. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna go inside. I just want to. Can I just go in there and be like, hey, what is going on here?
Yeah.
I got you covered. I got you covered. Don't worry.
Yes. So uh, I mean, the wall of the makeshift lab is about 75 yards from where you're at. The group of scientists are kind of crowded on the like. You don't know how many people are in there, but there's about 6 to 10 that are up against the wall watching you guys.
Mhm.
You don't see an entrance on the side that you are facing up, facing up north. You can't
It's
see an entrance there, so
it's
you'd
like
have to
a
circle around.
vinyl plastic
Uh,
enclosure.
I mean, it's transparent.
Yeah,
You can, but you don't know what the material is.
yeah.
It could just be plastic. It could be glass. It could be bulletproof glass. You're not entirely sure.
Uh,
Uh, you suspect that this may, I mean, based off of what they're doing, this may be a containment, which means that the glass is most likely uh, reinforced,
and
and there's an air seal inside.
right, like some kind of airlock or a shot, like a clean entry
Yes,
space.
exactly.
If I am walking toward them, are they reacting to me?
They are like looking at each other, trying to. It looks like they're not sure what to do. They're not gesturing at you in any way. In fact, you get the sense that they're looking past you at uh, the rest of the group. Um, they they don't seem particularly interested in you. Maybe it's the armed Marines that are behind
Yeah.
you.
I'm walking
I
toward
flick
them
a
and
little
I'm
bit of
gesturing.
skull off my cheek.
Sorry, say that again.
I'm sorry, Eric.
I said I flick a little skull off my cheek from the bloodbath I did a couple hours ago. Oops.
Yeah, I'll walk. I'm walking toward them, and I'm gesturing my arms like, "Hey, I'm not threatening you," and like waving like up and out a little bit, and be like, "Hey, like, what's going
Okay.
on?" It's a little bit like of like, "Hey, I'm not a threat." You can see my hands, and also like, "What is happening here?" Like,
So it's both a like a I'm no threat and also a shrug asking
yeah,
are you
like,
trying to talk to them
well, I
or
would.
Now, Birch
are
is
you
following
mouthing
him in
something?
step, like a 2 steps
Okay.
behind him.
I'm gonna like kind of gesture, and then if I like get a little closer, I can maybe see like which direction the clean entrance is.
Yes. So it seems to be around the eastern side.
Okay.
Um and
Well,
there's kind of uh there's like I don't want to call it an umbilical cord, but there's like a hallway that you suspect probably has decontamination equipment inside of
yeah,
it
yeah.
before you enter the main room.
So I'm gonna point at that right, like, and I'm gonna move toward
Okay.
it. So it's either like I don't know if it's clear to anyone, but I'm like either saying, "Hey, someone come out and talk to us," or where I'm coming in. Like, I'm kind of gesturing that way and also walking that way. Like, hey,
Okay. Uh, yeah, they as you pass them and start heading in that direction, you see two of them start to head in that way from the inside. Della, is Bircher? You said Bircher's following Yoko.
Yeah, I've still got the same quizzical look he
yeah,
has, but
we could be together.
he,
Yeah.
yeah, he's my bud, so I'm following his in lockstep, but still
Okay.
kind of looking at the egg and wondering, almost while he's asking the scientist or whatever like that. I'm kind of going to be going in the direction of the egg.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
mean,
got
the
them
egg
both
is
covered.
inside. Yeah, the egg's inside the room, so the only entrance seems to be the direction that Yoko's going. So, are you going to follow Yoko to the
Yeah,
entrance so you can go
yeah,
inside?
definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
I need only Bircher to give me an observation roll, please.
Okay.
Wait, isn't this an entrance, or do we not know about that yet?
Isn't what an entrance?
What I'm blipping at right here.
No, so that's an entrance just to the area. The inside is a makeshift tent that has been erected.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, so this is like basically like a giant section shopping area. Um, so those walls, the black parts, are not the border of the tent itself. The tent is inside of there. Okay, so you did not. Do you want to push, Del?
Yeah, I think I will.
All right.
No.
All right.
Yes.
So as you're Bircher said you said Bircher's looking inside at the egg. He can see. I'm going to give you two pieces of information. One is fairly obvious since you're looking at the egg.
Yeah.
Uh, that is that the platform uh, that is this egg is resting upon is a mobile platform. So it's kind of generally used for uh,
Yeah.
transporting like surgical equipment and uh, like IV systems and stuff like that. So it's meant to be able to be moved around the laboratory.
Yeah.
The second thing that the role is going to give you with the success there is the two scientists that seem to be meeting you on the other side. You immediately recognize one of them as Roxana Borisova, who is the UPP scientist that you gave the black worm sample to when you first returned from the Gorham colony.
Okay. Now she isn't the young scientist that ran off with it, but
Yes, she is.
okay.
Yes.
Oh geez. Okay. Okay, that's when I'll do a little stagger stutter step, when I notice her, because I'm transfixed with it, and then my brain starts processing the information like she's here. I didn't know exactly if this was the same egg or if it was an egg from another uh, thing or what, but that's when I stop and I'll grab Yoko by the arm. It's Roxana Borikova. I'll kind of say that under my breath.
Mhm.
The scientist there. And I know my eyes are shifting everywhere, so she might be able to see me, a little bit, my surprise. But yeah. But I kind of
The
stop.
the what's the word I use? The thief, the one that took your sample.
Yes. She ran away with the sample. And the egg, you see how it's opening up. Now, is it still in a process of opening, or is it kind of
It's kind of partially open. It's not actively opening.
okay?
It's sort of um, you would estimate it's probably about a third of the way from the opening from the seams that you can see at the top of the egg.
Okay, and no one in here has a conical head or black eyes, pupils, do they? Because that's what Bertram's thinking when he's
Um,
looking around, scanning everything.
Not from the people that you can see, the scientists that you could see when you're up
Okay.
close. The two scientists, including Roxana, uh, who are kind of walking not quite parallel to you, but they're not looking at you. They're going towards the entrance to the tent. So you cannot see. You don't have a good
Gotcha.
look at them to be able
Gotcha.
to determine whether or not they have black eyes or any of the distinct features of the mutation.
Gotcha.
We need to talk to her. We need to find out what they're up to. If maybe she could have. I mean, you said the egg is from Michaela, but or it was the same as the egg that Michaela took. But
Yes.
what does that have
Yes.
to do? Do you believe is that related to the worms?
And Roxana, I'm sure she's the one who initiated this. The infection, planet side.
I have a question.
There has to be.
Are the Marines like walking behind us, or are they staying?
That's what I was about to ask. So what are Cliff and McCafferty doing?
I said I was covering them as they
Okay, so
went
you're
into the
going to
room.
follow them.
I am following
Okay,
them
so
at a distance. I'm not close up because I've got
okay,
my weapon
got you.
trained. I'm scanning the area
Perfect.
or anything, so I got them covered.
You don't see any guards or anyone with any weapons in the immediate vicinity or inside of that room itself. The the little passageway where the decontamination is extends out, so you don't have a clear line of sight onto the opposite side because the walls of that are not translucent. But looking forward and to the northwest, you don't see any guards.
Okay. Right.
Eric, what is Cliff following McCafferty, or is he doing something else?
He's probably sticking towards the back and kind of watching the entrance because he's walking in the tin, correct?
Into
Uh,
10.
the
Yeah, we
the
were all
entrance of
kind
the
of right
tent is
here.
over here. That's where everybody's heading.
Okay.
is over in this direction where the entrance to the tent is.
I
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm gonna stick around that area then, the entrance, and not like
Okay.
go in. But I'll
Okay.
not be
All right.
looking in, but mostly looking behind us, knowing that that
Okay.
alarm we set off before
All
probably
right.
has somebody
Gotcha.
coming our way.
All right. So you're gonna kind of be a guard, making sure no one comes out from behind, or comes in
Yeah,
from behind. All right.
or gets out. I guess I don't know.
All right. So Bircher and Yoko are making their way around the outside of the decontamination unit. And there is a door on the outside that seems to have a security lock on it. It is not open, and it's not responding, uh, to a normal open function.
Does it seem like they are gonna that the others are gonna come out, or
Yeah, I mean, you're not sure if they're coming through the decontamination to meet you at this door, or they are waiting at the inner door on the other side of the decontamination.
is there a like? Can I use the panel to just intercom into to the inside of the door? Right.
Do we have
Uh,
a certain key uh, pad algorithm or whatever to put in to open the doors
uh,
and lock down the others?
s-
Or is that inaccurate?
so that did not affect this area. That was only the office level was having that special
Okay.
key code.
Okay.
Uh, So that's not going to work in this particular situation. There is, however, as Doon just mentioned, there does seem to be a communications, like an intercom built into it, that you can try to
Yeah, I would like to try to
activate.
activate it. Say, Dr. Borisova. This is, I'll say, my name is Yoko. What the hell is my name? Navona, something like that. Yeah, my name is Yoko Navona, and this is Doctor Bircher, whatever your first name is, Doctor Alan Bircher. I don't know what your name is. Bircher.
It's yeah, literally doctor. But
Doc, Doctor Bircher. This is Doctor Bircher.
Wow, that's I mean, your
I
first name was
can't.
Doctor. That was very ambitious of your parents to assume you were going to become one.
Yeah, they originally named me master, but anyway. Now I can't remember what it was, honestly. But
uh,
anyway,
Um, so
yeah. Let's see
uh,
if there's a response.
it yeah it there's a few seconds pause before there's a response. Uh, but you hear a woman's voice come up, and Bircher recognizes it as Roxana's voice, and she says, how did you all get in here? You're not supposed to be here."
Supposed by whom? I say in English. I say uh, we made our way in here. We know whoever is constructed whoever's controlling what's going on here probably doesn't know we're here right now. Um, are you? I'm gonna say, are you safe?
Safe? None of us are safe here.
What do you mean none of us are safe?
You have no idea what they're doing here. They found some sort of organism that they're seeing who it's going to infect. They're forcing us to monitor them. They have our families. We don't have any choice but to cooperate. Do you have a way of getting us out of here?
We have a very small armed force, and we do want to. Our my goal here is to make sure that the mother colony is able to survive. Is able to make it through this. I understand that there is a threat, and who do you know who is responsible for this Is it yeah. Yeah. Do you know who's responsible for this?
The mother colony is fucked. There's no coming back from this. It it's every man for himself at this point. And you start hearing like arguing, like coming from the background, almost like it's kind of disrupting the comms a little bit. It sounds like people in the room behind her are arguing with one another.
What's the code? I want to come in and see see what you're doing. We're gonna help you and your families. I'll say.
Let us in. We can figure this out. Two
All
more heads are
right,
better
you
than
say,
none.
oh, they don't want to let you in.
You can
And
trust him. He's
you
a
hear her
doctor.
you start hearing her trying. She starts arguing with these people, and you hear her say, I'm going to let them in. There's no other choice." And you hear someone scream, "No!" And it sounds like there's a struggle, but the door unlocks, and the light on the door, on the panel on the door, turns green, which tells you that it's now open, and you can go through if you would like.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
let's
go.
do it
I'm
quick.
gonna go in and let the
All
decontamination
right.
process proceed.
All right. Yeah. So
Wow.
as you go, Todd, is McCafferty going in?
Well, how much room is in there?
It's like it's so once the door opens, you can see that it's like a long hallway, and there is a sealed door directly ahead, which both Yoko and Bircher would know is the decontamination room. So there's room for about 2 people standing shoulder to shoulder down the entire hallway, and the room would probably support maybe half a dozen people at one time.
Is
And
it a sealed unit, or can you see from the outside? Can you see in? Like, is
there
there
is a small
windows?
window. Yeah, there's
Oh,
a small
okay.
window at the door. That it's not like the walls of the lab on the outside.
All right, I gotta go with them then.
All right.
Yeah.
I hold the elevator door for them for McCafferty to catch up.
So the 3 of you make your way inside. The decontamination door opens. You can see that there's no one in there, and there's the traditional sprayers mounted up on the ceiling that you would expect. Bircher even recognizes that some of his devices are attached to the sprayers that decontaminate um, the black worm. On the window on the opposite side, leading into the lab, there is a smear of blood, which leaves you all a bit disconcerted.
Is it fresh?
Deacon, it looks fresh, yeah.
Okay,
So it's
so
not dried or
probably
anything.
so our assumption should be that it happened right now, as there was some kind of altercation.
That's what you suspect.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay if it's not true. I just
So-
that just looks like it.
Yeah, so decontamination is going to take about 30 seconds.
I hold
You're
my arms out to the side.
You're supposed to, yeah.
Yeah, I do
You're
that.
supposed to stand still and assume the position that Yoko is. But there's nothing restraining you, so you don't need to do this.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
No.
What about
Yeah.
Bircher?
I'm going to make sure that decontamination occurs.
Okay.
I reassure the McCafferty that this would be more. This is much more important on the way out than on the way in, given we can see that there's contaminants inside.
Yeah, I got that.
All right.
I got your back.
While the sprays are going, there's like a red very mild red light emitting from the ceiling around where the sprayers are going. Once it's completed, they flash for a moment, and then it turns green, and you hear the door to the inner lab unlock.
I'll proceed forward unless there's a reason, unless we see something when it opens that's like alarming.
So the door, when you open the door, you see that there are several people restrained in various locations. It looks like some scientists restrained other scientists. Bircher immediately recognizes Roxana, collapsed on the floor not far from the intercom in the inner lab. You take all of that in, but you're immediately drawn to the egg that is the most prominent feature inside of the room. It has like a slimy sheen to it. It is opening, almost like blooming like a flower. Above it, which you couldn't see from the outside, is an ultraviolet light that is shining down inside of the opening. It is, like I said earlier, on a platform that's kind of designed for moving medical equipment around the room. And scattered across the room are people on cots that are restrained. It appears that they are conscious, and they have they're dressed in civilian clothing of various kinds. None of them seem to be in uniforms. You're not entirely sure who they are or why they're restrained, but they are panically looking around the room. You can kind of see their eyeballs shifting back and forth, trying to see who just came in and what all the commotion is, but they're kind of, pinned down. Their heads are strapped to the beds in addition to their arms and legs and their entire torsos. So they're completely immobilized.
Yoko's priority is on the restrainers, the
Okay.
scientists who are restraining other scientists, and I still, I have my arms out up again. And I'm saying, we're here to help you. Roxana said your families are in danger, and I look down at Roxana, and then I look at Bircher, like I assume Bircher's gonna go check on Roxana.
Explain yourselves. I'm looking at the ones who are not restrained, and then glaring at the ones who are. But I noticed Roxana, and she's not high on my priority list as far as like saving. She's more of a yeah. She's more of the one I feel that has helped accelerate this whole situation.
You
But
see,
I'm looking
sorry.
earnestly. No, sorry, just looking earnestly. Like, explain yourself. Like, but I am open to an explanation.
You see one of the younger male scientists kind of steps forward, and he says, "You're not supposed to be in here. You are putting both us and our families in danger. Maria, go contact someone." And he yells, like directs. He seems to be directing someone, a woman who's kind of standing with her back to the wall on the north. And she runs over to a computer terminal that you can see is wired up externally out of the laboratory. There's a number of cables that are running along the wall.
If this lady's running to the comms station, I immediately look at McCafferty. Like, I expect McCafferty to stop her. What kinds?
Yeah. I'm looking at him saying that to me, and then looking down at Roxana too to see if the pupils are black. I'm keen on which side here is possibly affected.
All right, Todd. What's McCafferty going to do?
Well, none of these people are breaking free, right? But they do have
No,
black eyes. Is that what you just said?
Nobody has
they don't have
eyes.
black eyes.
No, they don't have
No,
black eyes.
no. They have. You can see the whites of their eyes, but their eyes are kind of shifting around because they can't sit up and see what's going on. So they're like trying to track what's happening in the room from being strapped down onto the beds.
Oh, okay. So what did I miss there? What's the immediate danger?
So I'm looking at McCafferty like because this lady is like the guy just said, "Hey, we need to tell them," and then the lady's like running to the console to tell someone, and I look at McCafferty like, "Are you gonna stop her?" Like I'm not asking, but that's my expectation. Are you gonna stop this lady from calling for help?
Oh, who's she gonna tell? Wait a minute. She's on like a comms?
She's a
communications console?
scientist running. Yes, she's a scientist running towards a computer terminal
Oh,
to
okay. I got it.
probably warn somebody.
Okay,
That we
I'll
are
try
leaving.
and
Yeah.
I'll try and stop her from getting there. I won't be. I don't use lethal.
Okay.
I mean, okay, non-lethal. Non-lethal.
Throw your knife.
You gotta.
Non-lethal.
You're going
I'm just
to-
gonna shoot
gotta
her in the
use-
kneecap. Okay, that's all.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, or you gotta like use the flat side of your rifle to.
No, there's no butt stroking going on here.
Like the butt
Okay.
stroke.
Okay.
No, McCafferty
right.
does not do butt stroking. Okay, that's
All
a
right.
kip. That's a kip thing.
All right. So in order to shoot her and immobilize her.
Well, I gotta
successfully-
wait. I got a question first.
Sure.
Is she close enough that I could actually like physically intervene?
If you want to get there before she gets to the terminal, it's going to require a mobility roll. I'm not going to. She's kind of a scrawny scientist, so I'm not going to. It's not going to be a versus roll. It's going to be.
I'll do it. Sure. All
okay.
right.
Give me the
I will
mobility
quickly.
roll then.
I don't know. Is there a table I can do like a TJ Hooker? Like
Absolutely.
jump across the hood sort of thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a good old boy.
Just knock her feet out from underneath. That's right.
Oh, McCafferty is mobile. Look how McCafferty mobility.
Okay. That is going to do it.
Right.
You're going to get to her before the comms, before she gets to the computer terminal.
That's right.
What are you going to do? Just restrain her?
I'm gonna get just get in between her and the console and like, hey, little lady, where do you think you're going? Looking all
And
like
yeah,
intimidating.
she's slides to a halt and is terrified and kind of like backpedals a little bit and then trips over her leg gets caught on a table leg and she falls backwards and starts scrambling like what do you call it, like a spider walk backwards to try to get away from you.
Okay, well that's the effect I wanted. Okay.
All right.
Just stay calm and no one's gonna get hurt. I just assure her.
Okay. Just please don't shoot me.
Yeah, well, just stay away from the. Actually, I'm just gonna sit right here by this comm console then. Yeah.
All right, Eric. I need Cliff to give me an observation roll, please. All right, you got one success. Do you want to push?
No, I don't.
No? Okay, so coming from the west, you can hear what appears to be a group of people heading in your general direction. You would probably say it's about 4 to 5 of them, but you're not in a position right now to be able to actually see them. But they are coming from the west and heading towards you.
We all have comms to each other, I assume, like head earpieces
Yes.
or something. Okay.
Yep. Yes.
And Cliff is going to use that. I was just about to say that. We got a group, about 4 or 5-ish, heading our way from kind of where we were just at.
No, it's coming. It's coming from the west, from this direction over here,
That's where.
and it's heading towards you. You guys came from the south.
What? This is west, isn't it? Way over here.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was
It-
thinking of the general area you're at.
No,
So I understand what you mean.
yeah.
I mean that's the area you were at before is about like half a kilometer away from where
Oh,
you are right now.
alright.
So
Right. Coming in from the west. Do you want me to go in hot, or what do you want me to do here?
hot.
I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna try to very quickly plead with the scientists who are trying to call and report us, and I'm gonna say, like, we're here to help you and your families. You won't be in trouble. We have support. We have. I'm gonna say this and see how they respond. We have Ozelinski's troop. We have Ozelinski's army. I'm gonna say army. We, on the outside, just they're coming now. If you play it cool, we are gonna be okay. And I'm gonna kind of like gesture to Bircher and McCafferty that we should get down so that we can't be seen from the front. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know how they're gonna respond to that. That was a lot.
what do you want us to do?
Don't let them know we're here, is what I'm gonna say.
Uh,
It's gonna
okay,
be
but
okay. It's gonna be okay.
actually, give me a manipulation roll to see if you can get complete cooperation from everybody, and ensure that no one is going to try to
My favorite.
do anything. All right, you see everyone kind of acquiesce, and they say, okay, but we need to move some of these bodies. Roxana's, I think she's dead. If they see her, they're going to know something's up.
For sure.
All right, I'm going to Roxana.
Save that lady's life. Hurry.
All right. Before
See if I can
oh,
feel
go
the
ahead, sorry.
pulse, look at her eyes. I want to open her eyes and see.
Wasn't Roxana
Yes.
one of the people we saw inside the pirate ship?
No, you're thinking about the lady that was working with Ozelinski. This is the one that took the sample, the worms down to the colony.
I think it was before you joined the party.
Yeah, I wasn't there. Then. I don't
She
know what that
stole
is.
the sample. We brought a sample back from one of the expeditions to another planet, and it was basically like alien horror worms. And she took a sample, and we didn't know where she took them or why she took them, but she did take them off the Ileana when they were doing that research up there, and then now we see.
I just remember seeing one of the earlier sessions when we were looking at the pirates. We saw two, what we I think eventually assumed were the replicant people, but I thought one was her, but it could have been somebody else. The name just sounded familiar to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure who exactly you're referring to. There is another woman that was working with Ozelinski, and that was Gorham, J.V. Gorham the third.
Colony.
Yeah, she's the leader of the pirates.
Okay, I didn't.
So I don't know. Maybe we can clarify that.
Yeah,
after
the only thing I have is
further
woman,
discussion.
long dark blonde hair, and man buzz cut hair. That's all I had. In my notes. But I did not take extensive.
Yeah.
Notes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're talking about Gorham because she does have long. She has long blonde hair.
Yeah, because I think somebody else ID'd him because I just kind of relayed what I was seeing. I don't remember who it was. It might have been Kip. I don't remember. That was 2 months ago.
We can. Yeah, I'll try to clear that up for you later.
Okay.
So what is? I mean, Cliff. So Cliff isn't getting a clear directions on what he
Last
should
thing
be
I heard
doing.
was hot, so I'm getting ready to shoot people.
Well, that's what I was saying. You want my
All right.
opinion? I'd say go hot.
I mean,
I
you
heard
can,
hot.
you can.
What?
Cliff can hear me. I think Cliff can hear me when I have the comms open.
Yes.
When I say
Mhm.
like, "Hey, don't let them know we're here. We're and then like, we're gonna hide." Yeah, I don't know if I say it like
So
that.
you want
but
me to hide?
We're gonna hide and
No.
make it look like everything's normal. And like they say, "Oh, Roxana's dead," and then
I'm covered in
I
blood.
say, "Burchurch, get her up."
Pretend you're eating someone, quick.
Give me some blue paint.
I mean, I think it's up to Cliff what Cliff wants to do, but I'm trying to make the lab look normal from the outside.
Are you tidying up?
So I mean, Cliff has like 30. He feels like he has about 30 seconds till these guys are on top of him.
Right. Are they armed?
He doesn't know.
Seen
He
them
can't.
yet.
I mean, he hasn't. I
I don't
mean,
have a
if you want to
visual.
try to look at them, you can. But
Do
where
they
you're
see
standing
him?
right now,
Do we know? Do they know?
no.
No. He just hears them.
Cliff. Yeah, Cliff is standing like right here, and he's hearing them come from this direction,
Oh, okay.
and they seem to be coming around this corner.
All right.
So, Eric, I need to know what Cliff is going to do.
All right. Well, since
You
I know
the intention of what everyone's trying to do inside of the tent, but I want to know what Cliff is actually going to do because he needs to make an immediate decision.
Cliff is gonna pop behind the wall there and just kind of peek around,
Okay.
try to hide, I guess.
Okay, so you're going to obscure yourself and maybe get a view
Yeah.
if the opportunity presents itself.
I guess put a lab coat on if there's one laying there. I don't know.
There is not a lab coat laying there, unfortunately. There's a lot of so this was like a market area, so there's a lot of like stalls and stuff that have been like dismantled and just thrown against the wall here to make room for this big tent. So there's plenty of places to hide.
Okay.
But there's nothing like the's not just a box of lab coats.
Just put on a
stacked up on the
fedora.
wall,
I'm
right?
sure they won't recognize you in your military armor.
Yeah, I'll go hide in the stall rags, I guess.
All right. So, what condition is Roxana in? She looks like she has a contusion on her head. Like she was either thrown against a wall or like hit with something. It's possible Bercher suspects that she might have a concussion. And why don't we do a medical aid roll and we can see if you're able to kind of stabilize her and ensure that she is not going to die.
All right. All right. I do have Phil Surgent as a talent, which
Okay.
is you do know the delicate art of stopping a wound from bleeding or treating grave injuries. You get a +2 modification to medical aid when treating someone who's about to die from a critical injury. If this is the situation I find myself in.
Yep, that will apply. So you can give yourself that bonus temporarily before you do your roll. Oh, geez. How is that possible? Do you want to push?
Oh, good Lord.
Get the same dice I use when I'm shooting.
Good grief.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh.
And you didn't get any ones either?
Get yourself together.
Wow.
He just does not care about her.
Yeah, so
whatever that outside took.
She is she's
service.
not doing good. Yeah, I mean you try to treat her and you do a quick scan with your personal medical device, and she has internal bleeding in her brain, and she is not responding to anything. You think she's just going, eventually the pressure is going to build up, and she's just going to die.
Oh man, she has hemorrhaging in her Abdullah Mamlagala. It's about to
Like
blow off. I'm looking up at Yoko and just kind of shake my head like, no, this isn't going to happen.
Then let's get her out of sight. We'll figure it out another way. I'm gonna try to drag her by the feet just to like the front edge of the tent so that she can't be seen from the south. Like if that's possible.
Okay. All
We
right.
might can pull
Yeah.
a weekend at Bernie's, but I don't know.
Yeah, we wanted to do it before. This might be the opportunity.
So yeah, I mean there is like about a foot or two at the bottom of the walls of the external walls of the laboratory that is not translucent.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean you can stash her somewhere so that she's not immediately visible from the outside.
My plan is just to drag her and also lay down, and I'm just like looking at the
Okay.
other scientists who are like, doing whatever, and I said just like just pretend pretend everything's normal. I say, I look at them with puppy dog eyes.
All right, where is McCafferty and Bircher going to stay while
we gotta
to
hide.
hide?
Ah,
Yeah, I mean, unless you're going to, put a lab coat on that's ridiculous on top of your armor.
I mean,
yeah.
if you want to take a hint from me, there's an egg right there.
go
Awesome.
hide in the egg. Right. Okay. No. So
Oh.
we're hiding still within this decontamination unit, right?
Oh no, you're in the lab now. You're not in. You're
Yeah.
past the decontamination.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can pretend
the
to be one
decontamination-
of the people strapped down to a cot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea, actually. I like that idea. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there are a couple open cots. So I will say that there
okay,
are
yeah.
some that you could.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought the cots were inside the I don't know why I thought that. Okay, yeah. No, I'll just kind of lay these straps over me so it looks like I'm strapped down. And I've got my weapon kind of on one side of me facing away from whoever's coming from the west if they come in that way. Okay.
All right. Can I, Todd? Can you roll a single d6 for me?
Oh, yeah, okay. There you go.
Okay, and then can you roll one more?
I just yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
you what's Bircher doing? Is he pretending to be a scientist, or is he hiding too?
I believe I'm gonna stand there in the mixed, pretend to be a scientist, as I am.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so Cliff sees this group of armed guards start coming around the corner here and going up, and they start to turn down this way. You can see two of them are wearing like light armor, like the security armor that was most likely stolen from the armory on the second floor. It's not the quality of Colonial Marine combat armor, but it does provide some protection. They are all carrying pulse rifles, and they are heading. Four of them.
Four.
And two of them are wearing armor, and they're heading in the direction of the entrance. You see a couple of them look inside, but they don't seem particularly drawn to what's going inside of there. Is Cliff going to do anything?
He's just gonna observe for right now.
Okay. I'm going to say that they are going to, from where you're hiding, they're going to get out of line of sight with one more action. So if everybody's going to have an opportunity to do something. You're just observing right now. You're going to have a chance, one more chance to do something after that
Okay, I'll
before they
react.
disappear.
Yeah, I'll react to see
Okay.
how everything else happens.
Okay. Yeah. So the rest of you notice these guards coming through. You can see them very clearly through the walls. They look in your direction a few times, which causes a stir amongst the other scientists, and they begin doing what you told them to do, which is acting normal. They're performing some scans. Two of them are scanning the egg, and several others are looking at some patients. And then they start moving the egg around the room.
Wait, what? What? What?
It's on like a push cart or something, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, like a hover cart. They're moving the platform the egg is on around the room, and they are taking it over to one of the people that are strapped down, and they're scanning the egg and scanning the person. It looks like they're looking for some sort of reaction.
Mm.
And after a few moments, there's no response, and they move it over to someone else. They are 4 tables away from McCafferty.
While they're
So
doing
this
that,
is
Bircher's asking them, "What are you looking for?" So I'll be going
they,
along.
they want to see if the egg reacts to some of these infected. They call them the chosen. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but they expect some creature in there to emerge and latch on to the chosen.
So
I
the
don't
ones that
know
were
what it's
laying,
for.
the ones that were restrained were the chosen.
They they seem to get frustrated as though there's all this ridiculous mythology behind what they're the terms that they're using.
Oh, these are terms that
But
you're
they
telling
say
me. Yeah.
they I know, like they acknowledge being scientists. It's like they're acknowledging how ridiculous this is, and they're trying to
Yeah.
find a way words for it more clearly. But all of these people have been infected by what you have referred to as the black worm. Some of
Yes.
them are, or they're hoping one of them is what they're calling the chosen. There's another lab not far from here where they have a second egg, and there's a group of us doing the exact same thing. I don't know what the point is, but
So
something is
it's
going to come out of this thing, and you can see the scans of it. And they show you the scan
Mm.
so
of
it's looking for a chosen host. One that's suitable for whatever resides in this, and then
that's
I gesture toward the egg.
that's what they told us. Is Kevin or Yoko going to do anything while Bircher's having this conversation?
I'm holding out, seeing how this thing is reacting to, if there's a reaction by the egg, then I will spring into action.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can see the egg. It hasn't
get to me.
opened anymore or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
All
I'll
right.
decide then. Yeah.
All right. What about Yoko? Is Yoko doing anything?
Okay, so I figure that I don't really have a good look of the 4 soldiers that are kind of approaching, but I am kind of like tucked down here with Roxana. So, I will try to see if Roxana has like a data pen on her or anything. I'm gonna loot Roxana here while I'm laying on top of her dying body.
Read my mind, man.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to see a comm pad on there, and you quickly scroll through it for something of interest, and you can see that it looks like there is a report that the Ilyanla is going to be loaded for transportation shortly. They're waiting for results from the 2 laboratories. All right.
So presumably
this
that means loaded to transport something somewhere away from the multi-colony?
yes, like
Okay.
that they're it looks like there's plans to board the Ilyanla, which
Okay.
you know to be adrift in orbit.
Yep.
All right. Before you can look at anything else,
Yep.
this is Cliff's last chance to respond to these guys disappearing from where he's at. I mean, obviously you can advance forward, but he from behind the dismantled shop stalls. This is his last chance to do something with these 4 guards.
How much time do you guys need? They're heading towards you. How much time do you need? Quick. He's Cliff-sized. You guys owe me a beer.
Do it.
And I want the good Soylent.
The good Soylent? Okay.
Yellow, not green.
Cliff stands up and goes, "Come on, you motherfuckers, to come and get me!" And he'll just go out and run out the way he came in.
All right. I mean, that obviously gets their attention, and as well as this, you see some heads turn inside of the tent, like some of the scientists, probably your friends as well. But yeah, you take off. You take off. Where are you? Literally
I'm going back
running
to the vent
that you came in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They're following you.
Are they like right on my heels or what?
Oh no.
Okay.
You've got a good 50 yards ahead of them.
All right.
Good.
And you're going to disappear out of sight briefly.
Good.
All
Basically,
right.
I'm just going to go outside the vent, and once they start, I hear them like in the vent. I don't know, probably shoot a grenade in there or something.
All right. I'm gonna hop off the cot and take up position in the doorway.
I actually want to go to the doorway too. I want to hop up and go to the doorway and see if I can open it for McCafferty. Override the whole decontamination just to let McCafferty out.
Let me out. I thought I'm out here.
Well, you're inside the tent with us. Like you're inside the decontaminant.
Hold on a second.
The research. You're inside the research tent. We went through decontamination to get inside the research tent, so you have to go back through.
Oh, I thought you guys said we were outside the tent. Outside of the. Oh, okay. Wait, we were outside the decontamination unit, but we're inside a tent. Oh, okay. So this is a tent.
Right. Yes. So I want to let let McCafferty out. So I feel like I might be able to override the actual decontamination just to let you out, but I don't know, faster. That's what I think. Right. That's what I'm thinking. Given
couldn't I just use my knife and
No. Sure, I guess you could.
What? Yeah.
I guess you could.
I mean, I don't know.
So this is the entrance that you came in through. This is where that decontamination shower was.
Yeah. Do I have time? Because I want to. Like these guys are chasing after Cliff. I want to get in a position here and just pop them off.
So the wall is bulletproof. You're not going to be able to cut through the wall here.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have to go out through the decontamination.
Okay. All right. I'll go out.
Okay. I'm going straight to the panel to try to override it. So let McCafferty out fast.
Okay.
You're going to try to override the decontamination?
Yes, and let McCafferty out as quickly as quickly as possible.
Okay. Todd, can you roll one more d6 for me?
Sure. I think you just like me having to type the command that I've never mastered.
Oh, look, here you go. You got the 6. Whether or not it's
Okay.
good or bad, we
All
don't
right.
know.
No, no.
All right. Yeah. So McCafferty, jumps up from the table, runs across the room, comes within maybe 15 feet from the egg, and there is no reaction.
Ooh.
He runs towards the door while Yoko manically starts, playing with the computer terminal at the door with the intercom. Give me a comtech roll for Yoko, Doon,
Yeah, those will
to
be
see if you can
easy.
successfully override this. Yes. All right. So the decontamination procedure is not going to take place. So as McCafferty runs through, he can see the lights are already green inside of there, and the door is open on the outside, and he can make his way. So because you had to travel so far, we're going to do a mobility roll for McCafferty to see if he's
Sure.
able to line up a shot before these guys disappear
Oh, I think I'll be able to do that.
out of you.
Okay. All right. Just a minute here. Let's see here. I want to see the chat. I'm gonna do mobility. What?
Oh no!
I'm
You want to
pushing.
push?
Of course, I'm gonna push.
There you go.
Oh no!
Ow.
Oh.
Death cry or like
Uh,
a battle cry?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stub my
Losing.
toe.
Oh.
How can we explain this? A screen.
Only thing I can think of is that the other scientists that I assume are on the outside are getting in his way, and he's telling them to get the hell out of the way.
Yeah. They're frustrating me.
Yeah,
That's kind of the
Yeah.
first thing that
yeah,
pops in my head.
yeah. I'll say yeah. So yeah, that's a good idea, Eric. Yeah. So there's scientists that are kind of standing in the way of the door, which prevents you from getting you start screaming at them to get out of your way. It's going to slow you down such that you will not be able to um, make that shot when you get there. And you can see these guys are chasing Cliff, and they're headed in the direction of the ventilation shaft or the ventilation duct that you came out of. You can see just as you come around the corner, McCafferty sees Cliff disappear inside of there, and these 4 guys are following them. As you know, as McCafferty screeches to a halt to try to raise his rifle, these guys are pretty far out of range. You might be able to shoot at them before they try to go inside of the vent if you want.
Oh, I will. I
But
want.
I
okay.
want.
So let's figure out what Cliff is going to do. He's inside. You said you wanted to shoot into. It sounded like you said you wanted to shoot into the vent with a grenade, or I wasn't
Basically,
sure if you
what I'm
meant
gonna
out of.
do. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. I don't know how big is this vent. This particular vent shaft is it
Uh,
quite big or?
so the like the grading was about 5 feet by 5 feet that you climb through. The actual vent is slightly smaller than that. It's about 3.5 feet. We'll say 3.5 feet squared.
I was
So
meaning
you
more
kind of have to
distance
duck down a
wise.
little bit.
I was meaning more distance
Depth.
wise. Like, yeah. Like how
Oh,
far is it to get back to the outside?
it's to go outside is going to be about 20 feet.
So my idea is to go outside again and then wait like
Okay.
2 or 3 heartbeats, and like when I can hear them going in, follow me, and then turn around and shoot and launch a grenade in there.
Okay.
That
Yeah. So why don't you give me the
doing all this
grenade
thinking like,
roll?
yeah, they got plenty of time. I bought plenty of time for these guys now. They're getting lots of stuff done. I'm doing good.
All right, so you're gonna get to use your grenade launcher,
Okay.
or one of them.
Yes.
It is just going to be a regular ranged roll.
Okay. I don't know how much damage or anything it does. I couldn't find it or didn't notice when.
The damage is 9.
That's a
That's
lot.
on
Ooh.
there, and yeah,
That's a lot of
That's a lot.
damage.
Yeah.
that is a lot of damage.
All right. Range combat. All right. All right. Don't fuck me, Ridley. Let's go. That's good.
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah, that is really good. Okay, I assume you don't want to push.
No, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
I don't need to
Yeah.
take the building down.
All right. So yeah, you climb back outside and kind of like lean into the opening a little bit and steady yourself.
Yep.
You have your grenade launcher ready. Why don't you just? I mean, you're going to kill all 4 of these guys with this
All
with this
4.
shot. So
Woo!
why don't?
Basically, I wait there, and I kind of just hear the blood pumping from running a little bit, and my ears are kind of thumping a little bit with what I hope is blood. And I turn around once I start hearing the little tink 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 from going into there.
Mhm.
Uh, Cigar in mouth, turn and just say fire in the hole, and then shoot.
So, from McCafferty's point of view, a giant explosion comes out of the grating that you saw Cliff disappear into, and 2 of them just fly backwards about like 40 or 50 feet, and they are a charred mess and just flatter to the ground. There's a big billow of smoke that follows the explosion. Uh, and yeah, you don't. You maybe you call into Cliff to make sure he's okay and he wasn't dead in there. No, no.
There's no need to double tap, right? Like I'm pretty sure these guys are done, right?
Yeah, you're maybe concerned over whether Cliff was also
Yeah.
taken out in this explosion.
Yeah. Okay. Talk to me, Cliff. You out there?
Mhm.
Cliff, come in.
You see, he turns the
Cliff.
comm on, and you just hear him exhale. Exhale, obviously breathe out a bunch of smoke. Yeah. Remember, I like the blue ones, not the green ones,
Right.
for the soiling.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I think I have to find another way in, though.
I think the vent's kind of pooched, eh?
It's a little hot.
Yeah. Okay.
That is when McCafferty hears a alarm start to go off inside of the area that he's in the mother colony, and something a voice comes over some sort of PA system and says, "We have reports of an explosion along the southern walls of the main facility. I need 5 teams to go investigate." And it takes you a moment, but you realize that it is the voice of Gaius,
Mm.
who McCafferty probably hasn't had extensive interactions with, but he has certainly seen him about and heard him speak and knows him to be the synthetic right hand of the governor.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Hey, we got the governor's skin job just called in as 5 teams to investigate this explosion. I think it's going to get off the busy here pretty quick. I got to make my way back to the rest of them, and we got to find our way out of this situation. I think we should take that egg out while we're here, too. All right.
Got it.
So I'm going to start making my way back to the tent area. Yeah.
Okay. Is Cliff just going to look for another entrance into the facility?
Uh,
Or what
yeah.
is he going to do?
Uh,
Okay.
I mean, what is he's like, what's your guys' plan? Did I give you enough time? Whatever you were doing?
You'll go. Doc.
Yep.
Very.
What do we want to do? Do we want to take this egg out or not?
I think you're right. I think our priority should be to destroy the egg.
Well, I was looking to see if when they mentioned about the host, a suitable host, if the ones that were the chosen had black pupils, basically, to confirm the infection.
So you're trying to like look at their research and see if you can determine that.
No, just visually.
The people on the
None of the
cots?
people. Yeah, none of the people that are strapped down to the cots have black eyes or black. Yeah.
Okay, but so far, what they're trying to do is see if one of them's suitable. So yeah, this is when I hear what went on, I said, guys, I think we need to take this egg out. They're looking for a suitable host for whatever resides in it.
I would prefer not to get near it.
I'm gonna tell.
I don't have to
you
get
got
near it.
ranged weapons.
That's right. Don't you worry.
I want to turn to the scientists and say, I told you, we have the army. We can handle whatever they have, whoever they have, keeping you and your families in danger. We can take care of them. Is there another egg? I'm gonna say, because I know there's another tent at least in 11.
Yes, there's another egg. I would assume that they might have more. I don't know, but there's a second egg in another tent, not far from here. I can show you where it is. I was working in there a few days ago.
Well, let's take care of this one first.
Okay.
While we're here,
McCafferty, can you get Cliff back in here? I mean, I feel like
yeah.
McCafferty
Well,
knows the facility the best.
he's got to try and make his way. I don't know how he's going to get back in. He's got to take another route back in.
If I remember right, you said there was a couple of vents to the south. I was just going to.
Maybe that was that one right there.
Yes.
They all are, right?
Right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Slight detour. You can be back in.
Yep.
Okay. And
whatever we need to do, we need to get out from the southern action here, or at least try to lay low a little bit, I guess.
All right. Well, I gotta take a position with my Armat M42A scope rifle and plant a couple of rounds into this egg. Actually, more than a couple.
Okay. So let me just check something real quick. All right.
Can I just have overridden?
All right. So where is it?
Can I just have overridden the thing completely and just have it be open?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. It's no longer necessary for anybody to go through that. So McCafferty makes his way back in. Where is everyone standing when this takes place? So the egg is in the general center of the tent, and all the people strapped down are like in a circle around that center. And also, is anyone going to free the people that are strapped down?
No.
Well, I mean, if I don't see that they're infected, yeah, I'll start to free them.
I think it's a good idea. I might be able to use them as a distraction too.
Because even when we take them out, they're going to go through the quarantine, So I trust my mechanisms. When you get everybody out of there, we're not going to.
The quarantine's been disabled by you.
Yeah, I've destroyed the quarantine. Right. There is no quarantine anymore.
Or the decontamination. I'm sorry, the decontamination is destroyed. So, but yeah, if you want to start freeing them, you can.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start freeing them.
Okay. Is McCafferty going to wait until all 8 of them are freed?
Yeah, I guess we got enough time for that. Sure.
I don't know. Time. There's alarm. The alarm's going off. I'm gonna get at least one scientist who seems cooperative and try to get them to explain to me their research and what's going, or like anything that they know about the thing. So I imagine I'm like at a terminal or a console or something, like or somewhere where they're trying to or looking at a data pad with one of the random scientists and just trying to get information.
Okay.
Inside, like
Del,
I'm gonna have close.
Okay. Yeah. Understood. All right, we'll address that in just a second. Dell, I need Bircher to give me a stamina roll to see how many successes you get are going to be are determine how many you get done or free in a reasonable amount of time before McCafferty has to decide whether or not to wait longer. Okay, so you get one
Wow.
of them free, and they immediately lunge towards you once they have several free arms.
Wow.
And
Mm.
Get 'em off, get 'em
you
off.
hear them scream. You scream, "No, I'm one of the chosen!" And his arm, as soon as you unbuckle his
Sedating.
arms, he reaches for you and tries to grab your head and restrain you and prevent you from freeing anybody else. You're able to pull away really easily, but the fright of you is going to cause you to run from the rest of these guys and hide. Um,
Oh, yeah, they need to be sedated. If we're going to expect to save any of them.
all right, so Yoko, yeah. So while Yoko's like starts looking through the research, he sees this happen. What is he going to do?
I see that the
Make a
person
panic
who
roll,
Bircher
apparently.
was freeing. Yeah, I know exactly. I see that the person that Bircher's freeing is now attacking him.
Yes, he's not completely free. It's just his torso and arms are free, and after Bircher gets away, he starts struggling with the buckles.
I'm gonna turn to the scientists who I'm working with, and they're like, "What the hell is happening here?"
They're restrained for a reason. All of these people, most of these people are part of them. They're part of the children. They all follow Michaela. I thought you realized that.
We're fools.
we I don't know exactly what Michaela's up to, but I
Brainwashed
know
them.
that anything that she touches, that Michaela touches, is bad news, and I will. I mean, this is taking a long time. I'm sorry for taking such a long time, but I'm gonna pull out my side arm,
Okay.
and I mean, this is like a lot of time, but can I shoot the one that's with Bircher?
Well, he's not with Bircher anymore, but yeah, you can shoot the one that Bircher partially freed. Sure.
Yeah. I'll shoot
Yeah,
it.
go ahead and shoot.
Okay. That's by clicking on the gun, I think.
Or you can just click on firearm. It's whatever. All
Does that
right.
work?
And that does 1 damage. So did you want to push, or do you just want to stick with that?
I mean, I feel like I'm already very, very panicked, and it's probably
I
not a
mean,
good idea for me to go.
you do have a sniper that's ready. That's ready to shoot. So.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push. I'll just take whatever happens.
All right. Yeah. So you graze him, and he screams out in pain as his shoulder. You shot him in the shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and it starts bleeding, and he's still struggling with the buckles. Is McCafferty going to do anything in response?
This guy's kind of like losing it. Is that what's happening? He's losing it. So I don't want to do a butt stroke, but
But
I'm
you
just
do
gonna.
want to do a butt stroke.
No, I'm just gonna punch him in the face.
Okay, give me
All right.
a
Close combat.
close combat. Yeah.
Close combat. Okay, let's see here. Where are you? Oh, you're right here. Hold on, get that there. Come on now. There you go. And boom. Push.
No. All right.
Push. Push. Wow.
Okay.
wow.
Oh boy.
All right. Yeah. So you,
Oh.
he's like struggling, and you come out and just, I guess you're just gonna punch him in the head.
Haymaker. Yeah.
And yeah, and you connect really hard. His head hits the cot, and he seems, and like blood, you seem to have opened like up a real head wound on his like temple, and there's a lot of blood coming out.
Oh. Okay.
He
Well.
ceases to move.
Okay. Well, that was quiet though. See, so that was a good thing. All
That's
right.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. No more problem here. Good. Can I take out this egg or what?
Yeah.
You can, yeah, you can try shooting it.
Let's
I mean, do you
shoot
have
it.
any?
Okay.
All you have is a pistol, a knife, and the rifle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So
I
shoot.
You got 4 successes.
I'm gonna. No, I'm
You're
gonna.
gonna punch the egg.
No, I'm not gonna punch the egg. No, I'm not gonna punch the egg. I'm gonna shoot the egg. Okay.
Throw the
I'm
dude
gonna
All
into
right.
the egg.
fill it with full of lead. Here we go.
All right. Go ahead.
You are okay. It's time for this egg to get poached.
Nice. We should do
All
an egg
right.
drop.
You got 2 successes. How much damage does that thing do? 2 damage.
I think it's 2. It is 2.
All right. So this thing has 3 armor. I got 0 successes, so it's going to do all 3 damage. Oh, did you? I didn't ask you. Did you want to push?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Why isn't your stress going up permanently?
Oh, well, there you go.
That's weird.
You
All right. So
have
you
a
got an
total.
extra success. So that's gonna
Okay.
do another point of damage.
Okay.
And the so yeah, you put several rounds into this thing. And there is like all of this yellow gore that's spraying out as you shoot at it, and it is going to. It starts, spraying across the room. It doesn't land on anybody, but you start hearing like like a screeching sound that starts emitting from the egg. So you start firing a couple more times, and the screeching stops, and the room goes silent as everyone's watching to see, uh, if you actually killed this thing.
I assume that about this time Cliff will find his way back up there. Unless you had something
Yeah,
special.
we're gonna have you do a mobility roll to see if you're able to avoid the incoming group.
Okay, yeah, keep doing what you're doing then. I
but
didn't know if there's
yeah.
some plan. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna address that in just a second.
Okay.
So what's McCafferty going to do, or what's anybody going to do after the
Haven't I done
screeching
my
stops
part?
inside the egg?
I mean, I think somebody should check it out. Somebody who's, qualified.
Well, I'm a little bit shaken still from the guy grabbing at me, but I'll tentatively walk toward it and see what I can see from a distance because I've already had a close encounter before. I don't want that. I got my hand over my mouth while I'm walking up there.
So you can see that this gore that's sprayed out is actually starting to burn through the floor. It seems
Oh,
to
geez.
be an acid or a base that is eating through the metal flooring. And the cart that this thing was on is dissolving, as the gore that's leaking out of all the bullet holes
Yeah.
just burns away the structure of this cart.
Yeah. I'm like, it's
I
acidic.
assume you're a good, like, you're at least 5 feet away, if not 10 feet, from this thing. So there's a good, you're in no danger of like the acid getting on you at this point. But this cart is about to just fall apart.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, it's acidic. Get away from everyone. you know, we don't need to approach any of these creatures directly. Keep them in the range.
You don't see any movement or anything coming from inside of the egg.
Yeah, I just don't want to approach it to, get a hands-on with this.
Yeah, okay.
That's
fine.
Dropping through the.
Right.
I'm thinking the egg is about to drop through the whole cart.
Yeah, the cart's about to fall over and the egg's going to fall onto the ground is what you're anticipating happening.
Yeah,
in a
if something
moment.
spills out, we can see it, but I'm not going to reach in there.
Okay. All right. Let's do Cliff's mobility roll to see if he's able to stealthily and quickly make his way back to the lab. He had to go find another vent adjacent to this and in the same southern wall and make his way back up.
Got a mobility, right?
Yes, please. All right. Do you want to push?
Yeah. I knew that was going to happen.
Whoa! You are
All right.
very,
All
very
right.
mobile.
You are keeping it together. So you are going. So there are 5 groups coming. You have avoided all 5 of them, completely unseen. You can, you saw a couple of them in the distance. One was, oops, I'm on draw, not ping. One was coming from up here. Another was coming from over here, which you saw almost immediately. But yeah, you make it very quickly back up to there. In fact, I'm going to say that while you're running by the wall, the transparent wall, inside you could see the struggle. You could see McCafferty punch out the freed guy on the cot, and by the time you made your way back inside, Bircher was kind of leaning over or not leaning over, but inspecting this egg that seems to have been obliterated by McCafferty. And you may be briefly taken aback by the fact that the acid, or that, its blood seems to be melting the metal cart that it was resting upon. And we'll say
we've
that's
seen
why
that before.
you're keeping it. Yeah.
This looks like
All
the same
right.
craft I got on my armor. Was that an egg for a littler version of those things we saw, those bugs we saw, insect men or whatever the hell they were in the paradise planet? He does air quotes when he says paradise.
Yes, indeed.
As you're asking that, the cart gives out, and the egg clatters onto the ground, and out of it spills more gore, which starts eating through the floor more quickly, but also the corpse of a large spider-like creature with a long tail. And Cliff immediately recognizes them as the things that were chasing them out of the caverns on the Paradise Planet.
Crawlers. They have acid blood too, apparently. Well, that one's dead. I heard you on the count. There's another egg. Maybe we should focus on that.
Yep.
There's another egg in the other facility. I'm gonna turn to the scientist next to me and say, "Do you know where they're holding your families?"
I think they may have been brought up to the Ilyanla. We haven't heard from them in weeks. I don't know. They could be anywhere. I think that they're keeping the governor, and I think this Mother Michaela is up on the security level.
Okay.
But I don't know if our families are with them or if they're being held in some other area on here.
I'm gonna say, don't worry, your families are gonna be okay. I don't know if I believe that, but I'm going to, reassure them and then look at my friends and say, we need to get the other egg.
Let's get it.
All right.
Yoko, didn't you
So,
say
Correct.
it's just north of us? Was there another lab or something when you were looking
Yes.
through the cameras? Yeah.
I'm gonna say, yeah. I mean, I know where it is. It's I saw it. It's in the back alley parking area.
Oh,
We can get there through the. I don't know. I think we can cross through here, right? Somehow. There's like at least some way to get through.
yeah, I remember. Remember? Because we killed all those guys that were coughing?
Yep. Could have been you.
No, yeah, it was me. I did kill them.
all right.
Let's go get it.
So,
Let's go get it.
what are you going to do with all these scientists? Are you going to have them wait here or what?
Well, the 5 squads are all down south right now, so if they want to get out, I guess this would probably be a good time. I don't know if they could go out. I keep pointing to this. I don't remember if that's open, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. I assume they know the floor better than.
Yeah, I'm
We
gonna
would.
suggest you just run and hide, people. We'll
Yeah,
save your
fight.
families if they're on the Alonia.
What about us? Where should we go?
Go out. Tell them where the Uzelinski camp is. I guess we could tell them to go there.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, if you can get out of the colony, head east, like 2 clicks or whatever I don't know. Head east and look for a destroyed tower and some other stuff.
There
Oh,
should be a-
Zelensky's people are there. That's where the army is.
Yeah.
They're
All right.
They're here. We're here to save you.
They they don't seem entirely convinced by this. So I'm going to need somebody to do a manipulation roll to convince them to that if they to get out of the compound. And I mean, you're asking them to run out to a barren alien
Yep.
landscape.
I got a manipulation too.
Does anyone have manipulation? Because mine's pretty bad.
I've got
Mine's
a manipulation of 2
Mine-
and a talent of bullshit. So I can apply that.
If I roll, I'm rolling 3 dice. Oh, actually, plus stress. So a lot of dice, actually.
I can roll. Well, I got 2. That's all I got with
I think,
all right. I was the one saying it.
empathy.
So
Empathy
I
is
think you should
5.
do it.
So
You should do it.
I mean, I'll be
Yeah.
rolling 7 dice.
I think Double D should do it there. Yeah.
Double D,
Doctor.
Dr. Virtual.
Doctor.
All right, three successes. That is enough. And they say, "What? You promise you'll take you'll find your families?"
Yes.
And looking at Dr. Bircher.
Yes, we will.
Dead or
We're here to
alive.
save you
Right.
after all.
All right.
And I glare at Yoko for shooting that dude.
And you see them they run off and head northeast or northwest as Cliff suggested, and eventually they
Northwest.
disappear out of sight.
Oh, to go.
Yeah, didn't you
Okay.
tell them to go out that way?
Yeah.
I thought you told them to go out that way. Yeah.
Now the area in one in the office level, didn't that have a bunch of people in it? It was like a cafeteria.
Yes.
Is that do you think that might be where they're hiding those people at? Because those people didn't look like they were.
Oh, there
like
were
they're
a lot of like civilian-looking people.
Yeah.
I think that is a good possibility. We can go back that way, but our best guess is that Michaela's on the security level, which I think we ought to just take out Michaela. But our priority is the egg. But I don't care about these people's families right in a second. I just want these people to get out of here.
All right. As you are making your way out of the decontamination tunnel, and How are you going? Are you just going to go through like the doorways through these rooms to get to Area 11, or are you going to go like a roundabout way, or what?
I would say most direct. We're going in hot, I
Right.
assume.
So
We've already been
yeah,
shooting
yeah,
people. There's already explosions.
Yoko and Cliff know their way around this area because this is where the makeshift infirmary was, where they met. So
Let's look through
you
it.
know where the doors are and everything.
I think it's right here.
Where you fell into my
Yeah.
life.
So as you go through that area where the makeshift infirmary was and open the door, I assume you're not trying to be stealthy at this point, right?
Cliff is not going in. He's going to watch the outside.
You're gonna
Like he
watch
did
the
last
Okay.
time.
I'm not
right.
trying to be
All
stealthy,
right.
but I'll go to the panel here
All right.
to override the airlock. Door.
Okay. So as you pass through the door that leads into Area 11, you see a group of 6 armed men circling around through oops, through the you can see them through the wall coming around the outer side, the northeastern side of the tent. They're going to come out right here. In fact, uh, actually, you said you're not being stealthy, so you suspect that they have seen you because
Right.
they start moving more quickly, and they have one of them has a pulse rifle, 2 of them have batons, and the other 2 seem to have pistols, and they are getting them ready to come around the corner here.
All right, I shoot a grenade at him.
Okay.
I heard
Go
going in hot,
ahead.
so there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty hot. So um, you have 2 grenade launchers.
Right.
So yeah, you can certainly fire one of them when there's no chance of it not having any ammunition.
There you go.
Okay. So were you firing as soon as they came around the corner?
As soon as we made eye contact with him, and I seen
Okay.
them loading pistols and stuff, I'm like, nope.
All right. So that is actually, does it say? I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I'm gonna find that weapon real quick.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see it. You said 9 earlier, so I don't know what that.
Yeah, oh, I know what the damage is, but
Oh,
some of these guys are wearing are I want to
armor.
see
Gotcha.
if their armor protects them from fire or explosions. Um, yes, it does, but only by 1. So this probably actually I guess it's not going to do anything because even if it blocks the 1 damage, it's still 8. So yeah, so you're going to obliterate these guys,
Jeez.
and there is a huge explosion, uh, and it takes out part of the corner of this tent, or not the tent, but the lab.
Say,
And
just
you
take out a corner of
you
a tent.
hear. I meant that it's not a tent. I was
Yeah, I
describing
get
the
what you're saying.
corner of the so like part of the wall is blown off, and you start hearing screaming coming from inside. You're assuming that it is the scientists inside of there.
Got a bypass from
And
the decontamination thing for you guys.
All right.
All right.
I'll keep watch out here. I'll go and do. I'll go into my namesake and go into Overwatch here because I do that every session now. Apparently.
All right.
all right,
So
so
I'll be
does
focusing more
anyone?
towards the south because that's where I know those other squads were.
all right, well, let's continue on our way and find this bloody egg.
I feel like I don't need to open the decontamination anymore. I think we could just go through this big hole. I don't know.
Hmm.
right? Do I
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah,
let's do
yeah. I just want to go
Sounds
in
good
here
to
and be
me.
like, scientists. we're, we're here to help. We're gonna save your families. We have an army. Just get out of here. We'll take care of everything.
Yeah. So as you step through the threshold of the giant opening that Cliff made for you, you can see that all of the equipment on this side of the room has been toppled over. There are people picking themselves up. You scan and look for the egg, and you quickly takes you a second to realize that the egg also toppled down onto the ground from the force of the explosion. And you can see just one of like the petal-like openings begins to completely unfurl. And you see something starting to emerge from it.
Do
The
that?
people, some of the people that are picking themselves up were actually strapped down to the cots. And they're they're trying to they're kind of shell shocked from the from the explosion and being thrown over, and the scientists on the far side of the room are kind of up against the wall trying to protect themselves as they're watching this thing emerge from the egg. What are you guys going to do?
Shoot the egg.
Tune in
You're going to
next
shoot the
time.
egg or the thing coming out of the egg?
Oh, I'm sorry. The thing coming out of the egg. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All
May I
right.
do so now with extreme prejudice?
Actually, we're gonna do initiative
Ooh.
before we.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do you guys want to wait until next round or next session to do all of this, or do you want to resolve this part right now because it's 10 o'clock right now?
Yeah, we could wait. I'm fine with that. That's a good
Yeah,
spot.
wait.
We can
Seems like we're
open
good.
It's
here.
kind
Yeah.
of a cliffhanger spot.
Open.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except it's not gonna be next
Okay.
week, right? It'll be in 2 weeks.
Correct.
Yeah, it'll be in 2 weeks. Can you guys wait that long?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
All
with
right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So the you see the spindly legs of this thing emerge, and as it starts pulling itself out of the egg, and as uh, McCafferty raises his rifle, one of the scientists screams at the top of her lungs, and that's where we will pick up.
Oh man.
Shooter.
Shoot her! You're gonna reveal our location.
You side with the aliens. It's our only hope.
Good.
All right.